Hello everyone, I'm Faded Oasis. Thank you for tuning into my stream here on twitch.tv/Faded Oasis or watching the VOD on youtube.com/at Faded Oasis. Hey Molly, thanks for claiming first. Today is Friday, and I'm playing Blueprints, so something's weird, huh? What's weird is I beat Hades once, um, or at least beat the boss once. I guess I didn't see credits, so I technically haven't beaten the game, but I think I've beaten it. So I'm going to be moving Hades to off-stream play, and I want to finish up Blueprints, get as much done in this game as I can before Desert Bus starts in exactly 1 week. Desert Bus is 1 week from right now. It says hi, hello. Oh, they're streaming. They can't hear me. Hello, anyway. Um, um, yeah. So I'm excited for Desert Bus. The prizes just went live. I would very much like to be looking at them right now, but instead I'm going to be playing Blueprints. Something which I kind of very much want to do also, because I've been thinking about the thing that I found at the end of one of the two things that I found at the end of last stream. Before I start here, I'm going to switch over to here, which is the wrong scene. This is the right one. Um, First off, warning about spoilers. I am very deep into the post game of Blueprints. Um, and this is an exploration based puzzle game where discovering how the world works is part of the game. So anything you see about Blueprints is technically a spoiler about Blueprints because discovering it is one of the things that you're meant to do when you're playing it. Molly, that's yet to be proven. Um, Thank you though. Uh, yeah. So heavy spoiler warning here. That said, I would like for no spoilers to be in chat, please. I'm almost done with this, and it's been so hard to not look up things. Um, all right, try not to get a headache. I got my water here. That's gonna be the best I'm gonna be doing. I still have bright lights shining at me, but there's no avoiding that. And let's see how smart we're gonna be today. All right, last time. Actually, talking about spoilers here. I turned the Scorched Sundial base. I didn't realize that scorching it was a directive. I thought it was just a descriptor and didn't know what the Scorched Sundial was. Turns out you just have to scorch it yourself. So I'm lucky that I bought all that stuff from the armory on a whim, because otherwise it would have been ages until I crafted the laser and then went out there. Molly's been looking things up off stream, and I don't want to. They've been posting some things in my Discord, very spoiler heavy, and I haven't hovered over any of them. I guess you only posted one thing that you told me not to look at, and everything else was just conversation about what I've done. Um, you spoiled stuff on He10's stream, yes. One of my good friends, He10 Style, is also playing Blueprints. He plays a lot of great puzzle games on his streams, so go check him out as well. Only posted one thing, and if you accidentally clicked it, I didn't click it. Um, so the other thing I found right before accidentally scorching the sundial and figuring that whole thing out was I managed to get the freezer and the furnace one rank away from each other. So the freezer wasn't able to thaw completely up to 20 Fahrenheit, but it did get up to 17, which let me read the note that was in the freezer, which said, among other things, that the 44 letter puzzle has a lot of double entendres and double meanings within it. So I've been thinking about that for the last 6 days. The puzzle itself says, if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. Count small gates. I've come up with 2 alternate meanings of what that could mean, other than, small openings in fences. Pug mentioned that the when we did the black gate in the underground area, the code to that was, it was a roller style lock, and the code was MAY8 for May 8th, which is the only date that you could make out of those letters. There was only the one number, the 8, and the only date or month that you could make. So it was really the only solution on the rollers. So I just tried it on a whim and it worked. And Pug was like, it's so clever that in Eurasian, Mayait, May 8, means small gate. And I was like, that's very clever. It wasn't 17 Celsius, it was oh, wait, no, it was Celsius, wasn't it? It must have been, yeah, right, of course. 17 Celsius, hold on, don't tell me. Well, I know 17 Celsius is 3 2/5, which would be times 9. So that's 27 and 31-ish, which would be 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Between 62 and 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Am I right? 5 over 9 plus 32. 9 over 5 plus 32. So yeah, I think one of the double entendres in the letter is, if we count small gates, May 8. If we count May 8th, 8 dates crack 8 safes. Which might also mean, if we count, if May 8 is a code, it might be a code in multiple safes. I don't know. I also thought about the Molly put a screenshot in Discord, but I was thinking about it earlier. In the book A New Clue, the detective is looking at a chalkboard where he's written a whole lot of things on, in a very like almost crazy attaching red string to pictures type of thought. Was that in the... Yes. I'm gonna see if I can... Can I just drag this into here? Automatically, oh, the link as a source. Sure. Oh, it worked. This image from A New Clue. So I was thinking about this, and specifically thinking about Gates. GAITS is the it's a plural of gate, GAIT, which is the distance between your feet as you're walking. Which is basically a measure of steps. And the little horse, yes. I was thinking about the little horse a lot. I was not thinking about the little horse a lot. So if we count small gates, GAITS, meaning steps, so there might be something with steps involved. And maybe that is a safe combination, or maybe it's where a safe is. I have no idea. I just know that steps might be involved, which makes sense for this game. I'm going to look at the rest of these right now because I hadn't. Mary, Mary, that's probably not a thing. Gates, Gates is the only one in the puzzle, I think. Right and right. Although I'm confused why the first two letters are capital for each of these, and the other three are lowercase. GHT is not an Arajan word, as far as I know. The erased image looks like it might be. Yeah, I mean, my mother's name is Mary, Mary. And then there's the draft the sixes becomes the fixed stars thing. Shifted extras is I don't know what that means, but I don't think that's anything. And then Laura's word, Jorah's name, we knew that from Arajan, or we knew one of those from Arajan, so we learned the other one. Was that it here? That was it here. So, my list of things that I still have to do. First, I got the freezer one rank away from the furnace. I want to get it the same rank as the furnace because I wanted to get it up to that 20 Celsius that the note in the laboratory mentioned. And I'm pretty sure that it has to be on the same rank. It doesn't matter horizontal distance. Um, Fifth key, king on his throne. Still have no idea where that is. Freezer furnace, same rank. Classroom 9. How's my lag today? It seems fine. Classroom 9. Um, we got up to 8 classrooms again. There's a test in classroom 9. I want to get that. Patio filing cabinet key. I've got nowhere to put that. A thing that's not listed here that I'm going to add. I mean, I have no way of finding out. I want to find the last two the last two rooms that I don't have yet. And I want to find the microchip. I don't know where they would be, so writing them down here is not helpful because it's not an objective I can act on. If I find the thing, I'm going to be done with it. Something like fifth key, king on his throne. If I see a throne or a king somewhere, I'll think about that, and that might be something to act on. If I see the microchip, I'm gonna pick it up. There's no reason to write it down. And then all the way down at number 10, I left a lot of gap in case there was anything else I wanted to write in there. Learn about nuance in Costa Rica. We did learn about Costa Rica last time, not really enough to make a firm guess as to everything. 46 is pins. We still need to learn about things. Read the Rajan letter in the tomb. That's something I would like to do, and then other stuff. Day 49. All right. We have a package. We got a star from ending. We didn't end in the observatory. I don't remember. There is a new constellation on day 50. Amateur lockpick kit, magnifying glass and keys. Starting with a lockpick kit and a magnifying glass. It's like we're a goddamn detective or something. Jeez. Alright. Let's get our money. Um. So we did get the freezer pretty warm last time, which means it's not going to come up today. The freezer has a refreezing cycle after it thaws where it just won't come up so that nothing thaws and it can refreeze everything. So we know that the freezer's not available today, so we don't try. Let's go schoolhouse. Let's try and get this again. All right. One dig spot. Okay. I keep wanting to look for secrets because this is where one of the members of the underground organization was staying. I believe this is where Bo Lee said he was staying, or someone in the admin logs. Which book said freezer stuff? Drafting strategy volume something. Oh, the one to get it to 20 degrees. In the laboratory, there are some notes on a piece of paper on the side about an experiment they were doing with the freezer. And they got it up to, I don't remember, but it was close to 20, and they marked off 20 as the freezing point or something, or the full thaw. So that's why I want to get it to 20. The drafting strategy book mentioned that the distance between the furnace and the freezer is relevant, and that if the freezer gets too warm, it won't be available the next day as it has to refreeze. I have 97 gold. What am I going to do with all that? Oh, wait. I don't have the other microchip, so we can't really do anything else over there, right? I guess we go classrooms. Dining room on rank 1. It's a 3-way room with no cost, so sure. We're going to pick up the lunchbox so we can eat it when we get to rank 5. There's a gem on the table over there? Wow. I think either I've never seen that happen or I've been extremely unobservant about when things spawn in here. Classroom in the corner, absolutely. And we're going to take the apple when we double back through these rooms in case we get, like, salt or something. One, two, three. All right. I don't like locking off this corner, but this is just so pleasant. Wait, what did I do yesterday that I'm finding gems everywhere? Or is it just that I'm on low rank? Planetariums, no, that's not where we got the star. Clock tower is why we started with keys. Mail room. Freezer froze my accounts, that's why we have so much money. That's it. I think we're just finding gems because it's the early ranks. I didn't miss anything in there, so there's no reason to go back. So it's not worth it to pop in and out of there to pick up the apple because it's plus 2 steps and it takes 2 steps to get there and back. So if we find a laboratory experiment that makes eating apples good, we can go back to classroom 1. Let's go this way. I guess we parlor? Did we pick a library book last time, or did we read a library book last time? I don't remember. Let's just go to Parlor. Nothing special. All right. The gems are in the white box. This statement is as true as the statement on the black box. Oh, that's a very specific wording. Okay. The gems are not in the black box. Okay. This statement is as true as the statement on the black box. What does that mean? If the white box is true, then the black box is true. If the white box is false, then this statement is as true as the statement on the black box, which is saying that black is false, but since white is false, then black is true. So this statement in itself, no matter whether white is true or false, means black is true. I'll go over that again in a sec. Okay. This statement is as true as the statement on the black box. If white is false, then this statement is as true as the statement on the black box means that black is false. And since white is, in this case, white is false, then black is not false, black is true. No matter what, whether white is true or not, black is true. Black says the gems are in the white box. Which means, we actually can't determine if white is true or false. Because the gems are not, the gems are not in the black box is true. The gems are in the white box is true. So this is false. So this is the confusing case. So this statement, which means that black is false, is false. I watched a math hypothetical video yesterday about a logic puzzle where you land on a planet, you crash land on a planet, and need to fix your ship, and you find three aliens who are only willing to help you if you can identify who is who. Because you need to, I don't know, some convoluted reason. One of the aliens always tells the truth, the other alien always lies, and the third alien tells you randomly true or false. And an extra caveat is you understand most of the language except the words ulu and ozo, and you know that one of those means yes and the other means no, and you don't know which is which. So you have to ask them a yes or no question that you don't know what the answer means, but you still have to determine which alien is which, and you only have 3 questions to ask. And it that was tough. I did not figure it out. So this is gonna lock us out. We're only gonna have entrance hall, but we have 1 reroll die, so I think we're safe. I'm gonna wait to pick up the app. Actually, is there anything else in here? No. Alright, let's redraw. Classroom. And another gem on the table. What's going on? Why did these kids bring all these gems into school and then leave them? Alright. I really hope the final exam isn't going to be like, what order were the drawings in grade 5? Or bullshit like that. Workshop, heck yeah. We'll get an item. It's a broken lever. So we can't make anything. Can we craft anything with the lunchbox? No, okay. Actually, wait. No, okay, right. It's lockpick and metal detector? Dorm is super powerful here, but I don't want it right here. Let's take a library. Okay, we read a book last time. What do we want to read next time? History of Arindia. Oh no, Arindia is only the eastern continent, so that's not going to tell us anything about nuance or a new clue for like a 5th time. I'm thinking one of the architectural digests in case it tells me something that I've forgotten. It's been a very long time since we've read these, huh? All of these face the wrong way. We're done. Um, Clock Tower gives us 1 key tomorrow. Molly said poop. Oh no. Wait, hold on. Uh, there. Um, Clock Tower gives us a key tomorrow. Dorm might have another item in it or something. You know what? We'll just take a key tomorrow. Good news is Freezer's probably going to be in the thing again. In the drafting pool tomorrow. Those are the words. We can wait for 1:30 for no reason. Do we want to do that? It's early enough. We'd only have to wait 3.5 hours. What? An antique silver stopwatch. For the next 1 minute, you will not lose steps when entering rooms, keys when opening doors, or gems when drafting special rooms. Wow. That's amazing. I've never seen this before. Okay, go. I gotta run to the bottom of the clock tower. You know, this item probably spawns in the clock tower on purpose. Because it takes 20 seconds to get down these stairs. I wasn't exaggerating. Alright, we can run through here and not use any steps. Yeah, we did it. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, right, the microchips are in the other thing. Well, I hope I don't have to scorch it again. Alright, it ran out, and it's not in my inventory. Damn, okay. Does that mean if I find it and want to bring it over to the next day with the moon pendant, I have to end the day within the minute? Actually, bringing it over to the next day is probably terrible because it means I start the day with it ticking. Yeah, this is open, and it's got the microchips in it. And I can't close it. And it's not scorched. So I can't rotate it. That's weird. Okay. Is this stuff always here? Yeah. Okay. Let's just do another run. Where am I ending the day? I can end it basically anywhere. Pretty sure I ended it in the sanctum and in the reservoir. No real reason to do that. What if we end it in the schoolhouse? I don't think I've ever done that. There's speculation about an unsolved puzzle. I'm not going to read the rest of that message. There... The nature of puzzle games means that the devs always want to make a puzzle that's harder and harder so that people will have more trouble solving it, which means there will either be puzzles that go unsolved for a very, very long time, or there will be speculation about what might be a puzzle but was never intended to be. One of the more famous puzzles that was so hard was Fez, which actually might there might be a puzzle solution that I don't know about, but Fez had one puzzle. When Fez came out, Xbox 360 was popular. People were still posting on message boards about trying to solve puzzles, so the harder puzzles in the game. People were actually like working together to come up with solutions for some things because it was extremely easy to find to solve all but two of the puzzles. Not extremely easy. Anyone who was experienced in puzzle games could solve all but two of the puzzles themselves. Two or three, depending on if one of them is a puzzle, even. But let me end day here. People were like shocked that nobody on the internet had found solutions to these for a few days. And then someone came up with a solution to the second to last puzzle, which was a very obtuse word puzzle. Someone came up with a solution and tried it and it worked. But then there was the one last puzzle that for several weeks nobody could solve. This is the monolith puzzle. Um, the puzzle required. We knew that I was an observer. I played Fez, but wasn't like actively trying to find things. Um, they knew how to. They knew what. I'm trying to. Okay. They knew that they needed to input a sequence of button presses in order to solve the puzzle. They just didn't know what the button presses were. They also knew the length of the button presses that they needed to enter. They just, you know, we're talking Fez, yeah. Um, oh, hi Pug. Are you confused about Blueprints on Friday? It's because I finished Hades on Tuesday, so yes, but we'll get that. Okay. So for Fez, they knew how long the code needed to be, and all of the buttons that were involved in the code, but or that could be involved in the code, but they didn't know the specific combination. And this was like a want to say a 32 button input sequence or something. It might have been 16. Um, and they were just banging their heads on this puzzle for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Just like, we can't figure it out. And then someone's like, okay, I made an Excel sheet. Uh, if you want to help, highlight a section of it and just try them. And we're just going to brute force this code. And the internet spent 2 or 3 days brute forcing it collectively and figured out what the sequence is supposed to be. Spoilers for the actual solution to, or not the full solution, but how you were supposed to figure out the solution in that puzzle. 1 month after the game released, the soundtrack was released physically. You could buy it and analyze the music in a one of those things that shows you the waveforms, and then use that in combination with one of the in-game items that nobody knew what it did to find that sequence. It was it was either that, or that was like what people thought was like the last puzzle. It might have been like the release date of the soundtrack was important or something. I don't know. The soundtrack was involved, and the soundtrack did not launch with the game. So that is wild. Yeah. So that's technically how you're supposed to solve the last puzzle, which you don't even need to solve that to 200% to yeah, to get the 200% in the game. It's one of the extra super hard ones that whatever. Anyway, blueprints. Hi Pug. So, yeah, I finished Hades, or I beat Hades once on Tuesday. So I'm done with Hades on stream. I'm going to be playing it off stream during my break. Okay, so hi Faded. I talked a bit about at the beginning of the stream. Oh right, you also weren't here at the end of last time for me uh almost completely thawing the freezer and scorching the sundial. Um the freezer, his letter mentions a lot of double entendres, and I've been thinking about it. So here's what I've come up with. First off, the 44 letter, we'll get to the sundial in a sec. The 44 letter code. If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. Um, he mentioned a lot of double entendres, and I've been thinking. You mentioned it was really cool that the The gate in the basement, the code is MAY8, and it's really cool that in Eurasian, May 8 means small gate. I think that's one of the double entendres. If we count small gates, meaning May 8s, exactly. I think that's one of the double entendres he meant. Um, so May 8 might be another date for or another combination for something else as well. As it's May 8s is plural or small gates is pluralized. Also, the detect I still have it. This here, this is a screenshot from a new clue. The detective doing all these, and it says gates, gates, GAITS, meaning the distance between steps. If we count small steps, might be relevant. I don't know how it's relevant, but a step count for a combination or a date or something might come into play. I don't know. Um, I thought there was another double entendre that I thought of, but I think that's it. I might come up with more later, of course. There's also the as of yet unsolved music room puzzle. I don't know that that's a puzzle. If that is a puzzle, it might be like, yeah, I say puzzle. I don't know if it's a puzzle. Yeah, I'm not counting that as a puzzle. And in 12 hours, when I find something else in this game, I'm gonna regret not calling it a puzzle. It's just a weird thing we have no explanation for. Yeah, but it's a puzzle game. Maybe the explanation is that it's supposed to guide us toward actually reading the words on the sheet music or something. Um, the Scorched Sundial. Uh, did not know that the microchips would be in there. I thought that either the freezer or the sundial would give me the third microchip so I could open up Blackbridge. Didn't. Instead, gave me another puzzle? What? What if we had to do something with a run, ending a run in 8 steps taken? Where can you get in 8 steps? You can only get to rank 8, and that's only if you no, because you start in the entrance hall. You can get to the antechamber in rank 8, but only if you go straight line, get super lucky. Oh wait, you need to. What are the two south levers? There's the broken lever in. Well, let's see. Secret Garden has west and east. There's the broken lever in the greenhouse. That's a south one, but greenhouse has to be on the edge, so you can't go straight up through that. What's the other south lever? The Great Hall, or the yeah, the Great Hall with the 7 locked doors. That's the east. The or the weight room is the west or the south. You would need a tunnel. You still need to get into the antechamber. A tunnel would work. A tunnel would very much work. Absolutely. Let me look. No. Where's my lists of? Oh, sorry. No. South lever. Greenhouse. Oh, it is a weight room. You would need to pass through the weight room, which I guess is possible. And no, wait. The weight room makes you lose half your steps. Does that count as taking steps? I don't think so. Hmm. I was thinking just go into 8 rooms and call it a day. Maybe. I don't know. Just spitballing random stuff. Yeah, I don't know. We also talked about 8 dates. So 8 dates, crack 8 safes. So what we do is we go to the apple orchard, we chop down all of the trees, all of the apple trees, and we plant a bunch of dates for date trees. And then we grow the dates over the course of 10 years, and then eat 8 dates, and that'll open a safe, right? No? Hmm. Okay. What, you don't want to play 300 and, sorry, 3,650 days of blueprints? In the eighth date will be a code, yes. Um, I've also remembered yesterday that I should move on and start. Um, in the drafting studio is that calendar on the wall of November, and I'm pretty sure it has 8 gates in the field. So that might be relevant. I mean, it's probably that the calendar is relevant to the safe in that room. But I got no idea. All right, get her coins. If Schoolhouse comes up, I'm taking it again. Oh, so Pug, what you missed today so far is Schoolhouse, and then we got to classroom 5 and then locked ourselves out real fast. So did not make it too far. Nothing new. Hmm. What does Shrine get us? Because I'm thinking Tool Shed. But do I want to go Shrine? We don't have the 96 coins that we had yesterday. Let's do Shrine. Make our future runs better. How many coins do I want to put in? Um, all of them. I don't want to know anything that you found. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that you want to let me know something. I don't want to know. Um, hey chat. I think the last time or the time before that we used the shrine, Pug mentioned, "Oh, this many coins must mean that effect," and I said, "I don't think that that's true. That's how it works." I'd like to test that. Do you remember how many coins it was? I feel like it was 19. 29? Could have been 29. I 29 sounds right. Also, do you remember the effect? If I hit confirm and it comes up, I'll probably say, "Oh, right, that's what it was." It was monk. Okay. I'm going to try it. Maybe the coin numbers do matter. Okay, so we're going to science this a little bit more. We might not have enough time to do it, but let's get rid of this. Yeah. Oh, that camera's way off. Grab this. Grab. Yep. There we go. Okay, where do I want to write this? Here. You know what? No, let's do it. Sorry about shaky cam. I can see it shaking. $29 is monk for 4 days. Thank you for doing the stream. Absolutely. There we go. Okay. What is monk actually? You'll have the opportunity to draft that room from the grounds. Yes, great. Perfect. Back to our main goals. Blow up and act like we don't know nobody. That's something else. Oops. Cursor, get back here. Thank you. Yeah, I still don't know where the third microchip is. I want to find the last 2 rooms that I don't have. I feel like one of the rooms might be in Blackbridge, and the other one might be in the Sundial. Coin purse? Really? We don't have any other items. We didn't start with lockpick. Like, God, we wasted all of our good run. All right. The top statement of each box is true. The above statement is true. So the bottom statement doesn't matter on this box. The gems are not in this box. The above statement is false. Oh, that's all worded like this, huh? Yeah. The gems are in this box. The above statement is true. Okay. So, just to clarify the rules, there will be one box which displays only true statements, one box which displays only false statements. So, gems are in this box, not in this box. Okay, so the gems could be in any 3 boxes, because if both of these are false, then the gems would be in that box. Except the top statement of each box is true. Okay, hold on. Case 1. The black box is the true box. The top statement of each box is true. The gems are not in this box. The gems are in this box. Okay, so top statement works. The above statement is true. Okay, so far that works. The above statement is false. So this would be the false or the third box. If it's the false box, wait, hold on. The above statement is false. This cannot be the true box, and it cannot be the false box. Because if the top statement is true, then the bottom statement is false. If the top statement is false, then the bottom statement is true. So This cannot be the true or the false. So if this is the true, then blue is the false. Oh, the top statement of each box can't be true because one box needs to have all false statements. So top is false. That's the neither box. So this is the false box. So this is the true box. And the gems are in this box. I am so glad I didn't have to go through all combinations of this box is true, this box is false. Okay, we want to go left. Kitchen. Chef salad for green room, and today is if we have the furnace. Let's just buy the club sandwich and leave it. Does this work? This does work. Okay. So I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure you can refill the watering can from here. And that wouldn't be a thing if because in the pump room, this room starts dry, so you need to make it wet. Office goes north, parlor goes south, chapel goes both. Hey, before we enter the chapel. Oh no, I don't have any money to pay my tithes. Oh well. Music room. I feel like storeroom might be most useful here. 2 keys. Although music room's a lot rarer and gives us a major key, but it's also not a dead end. So it's a little bit of a waste. Let's do music room. Okay, that's a pretty major key. So we've got a key card, so if we need to, we can go outside and restart from the foundation. Oh, and we get this music. That's probably not anything. Is that for acoustic reason, maybe? Allow more space so that the sound can bounce off the wall better? I don't know. I don't know how the acoustics of a standing piano work. Or an upright piano. Whatever. Oh no, I still can't pay my tithe. Workshop? Or do we bedroom closet and then go back? I think we closet. We want items. I hope the items aren't coins. Yes. Alright, goodbye church. Never paying my tithe. That broken piggy bank is gonna be so sad. Yeah. This room is so much brighter with a window. Didn't hear a thing about spoilers and have this analogy of like putting your fingers in the snack bowl and saying, "Don't worry, I washed my hands." You probably won't make a difference. Yeah. Um, I think I'd take hallway, but then go back to entrance hall. Let's do that. Spare green room lets us go forward, or utility closet. What's green room? And get nothing. Cool. I guess commissary would be best, because we don't need to get here. Can I see what you're selling without walking in? Because I don't have any money. Let's go back and do hallway. And we'll hopefully find some money back there. Does the patio only spawn on the west side of the house? Room locations. Hold on. Actually, let me leave that up. I'll just shift this over. We know that west is garage, west wing hall, her ladyship's chamber. East is east wing hall and master bedroom. Other conservatory has to be in corner. Bookshop has to be from the library. And then green rooms are locked to the west or east. These green rooms are locked to the west or east. Terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, secret garden. So we know the patio has to be on a wing. It can't be in the center. Sorry. Speaking of. Okay, so we can pick up the key here. We can't get to the bottom corner, that's fine. We spread a gem to the spare green room, which we have to go back through anyway, so this is actually pretty good. Because it pays for itself. Oh, and we get a gem from that. Okay, file cabinet key. So that's number 6 on our list. We got 2 dig spots and no shovel. And if you draft a bedroom, gain 5. Might be good. Which filing cabinets have you tried already? All of the ones in the basement. The ones in the little nook, the miner's, the foreman's office, I guess. Um, and I don't remember seeing any else downstairs. In the house, I've tried. There were none in the office. I don't think I've tried the archives. I think I need to try that. I don't remember what I've tried. I know none of these rooms have filing cabinets in them. Has any room that I've drafted had filing cabinets? No. I think I might nursery here because we still have 2 exits, and that's probably fine. is an item in there, so... Oh, we got a billion steps anyway. Ooh, 2 dice. That was worth it. Mm. Drawing room's the only one that goes straight. Red prince. Nice. Nothing else in here. Okay. So we get 1 free reroll. Freezer with 0 and 0, huh? That's not going to go well for the rest of this run. Den here seems great. Because it'll let us go east and west. Yeah. Don't even reroll. There's a trunk in here. I don't have a sledgehammer, though. Do I want to spend one of my 4 keys on it? Probably. Give me at least 2 keys. And, like, 2 gems. I mean, that's close, I guess. Bram lets us keep going, but it's our last gem. Storm gives us a gem and 2 keys and a coin. Nook only gives us a key. Hello. I suppose I can make a list of all the rooms and start marking off which ones don't have filing cabinets in them. But that seems like a lot. I want to take mailroom, but it means commissary is our only way out. We do have 4 dice, so we're pretty safe. Although if we get clock tower, we might get that stopwatch again. No, let's mailroom. Unspoken rules. Pat the bird, pet the dog. We speak of those rules all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. There is no filing cabinet here, and I bet it's not... There's no markings here. I'm not gonna go trying each one. That's unfortunate. Did we get all the letters? I'm pretty sure this one's stacked up like this, and I certainly wasn't expecting to write this many letters. I'm not sure what other advice I can offer. Yeah, I think until the day I return Randolph. So he's not writing anymore. If we can get more letters, I don't know about it. I mean, there are like more shelves here they can shove letters in, but like this is the one that starts here from Dad, and then these are all of Randolph's letters. I wouldn't be opposed to getting more letters though. But honestly, in universe, I don't think Randolph knows. He would know where the 3rd microchip is, actually. Alright, there's 1 gem in here now, because it spread. We got 6 coins. What can we buy? Running shoes, sledgehammer, and gems. Okay. Sledgehammer and shoes for 8 each. This is our only way out. None of them are the right way. Passageway? This seems like a bad place for passageway. Laboratory. There we go. Thinking about it, I would be a little bit surprised if the experiment result you get a letter even pops up anymore. Why? It's a dice are 4? Yep. Yeah, no reason not to do this first. Each time you eat an apple, one of you spend 2 or more gems drafting immediately. Lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. Spread dirt on the driveway. Set your steps to 40. We learned last time or the time before that spread dirt on the driveway is more than just 1 dirt. Because we did it like 4 times and there were something like 12 things we needed to dig up. Might have been like 10. Set your steps to 40 each time you eat an apple, huh? We might be able to abuse that if we find apples sitting around. We did buy out all the bananas out of the kitchen. That's not relevant, but there were bananas there, not any other fruit. Immediately lose 20 steps, lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. Means we go back, we buy the running shoes, we buy the sledgehammer. The running shoes are definitely going to save us more than 10 steps over the course of the run. And we'll have 10 gold left over so we can buy a bunch of gems. That seems like a pretty good idea, actually. Immediately lose 10. Experiment successful. Oh, and we got bonus for the thing. So this is the chart that says, 20C is room temp, complete thaw, cooler is unaffected. So cooler is unaffected at 17. I want to get it up to 20. If we can. I don't know if we can. 17 might just be the maximum. Let's take 1 step back. Yes. A bunch of your finest everything, please. I think we stop there. Save our 7 gold. Cloister, not a great place for it, but it's okay. And before we walk through, I can go back and buy the rest of those gems. Yeah, let's cloister here. 2 more gems, please. Thank you. I don't know why I'm opening this. I don't have a shovel. I got a sledge. Can I sledge the dirt? No? Okay. Start this way and I want to go right. Also, I want it to be a green room. I would like it to be a green room. How dare you. Garage uses 3 keys. That's not bad. Gift shop goes north. Let's get the keys. I don't have the car keys or anything. There's no file cabinet in here. Workshop gets us straight through to Foundation and gives us an item. Aquarium lets us go left and right, but doesn't get us to Foundation. Big old battery. Can we make anything? I don't think so. We can do that, but we need the lever. All right. Left first. We'd like to go south from here. Well, yeah, observatory works. I guess I would like to get to 50 at some point to see what the constellation is, but I have no idea how it would help me. The sale? After I bought all that stuff? Apples are delicious and a key. Okay. Maybe the sale's gonna show up more often, and I should just draft observatory more often. Clock tower or utility closet. What's utility closet? But if you return this stuff, they'd only give you half price. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, so we can open the garage now. I don't know that we want to, but we can. I don't have a reason to go back out there, I don't think. Gotta go this way, right? I wish you could just take these boards and turn them into a ramp. So this is our last exit. We want to go multiple directions. Now's a great place for the cross hallway, the corridor. I mean, I just turned off the lights in the gym. All right, we want to go east. Car lore. And that gives us gems. All statements on the blue box are true. The box with no false statements has gems. This box is what? Okay, this is a true box. But also, that doesn't tell us much. The statements on this box are either both true or both false. This box is empty. What does that mean? Okay. The statements are either both true or both false. Okay, so if bottom statement is true, then the box is true. If bottom statement is false, then top statement is unsolvable. Because if bottom statement is false, the top statement can't be true because it'd have to be false, and it can't be false because then that would make it true. Ow, my brain. Wait, hold on, wait. I had a thing. I had an important note. Here we go. Try not to get a headache. Okay. Don't overthink it. So the bottom statement has to be true. This box is empty. And the top statement is either true or false, and we can't tell. This box is white. True. All statements on the blue box are true. That's possible. The box with no false statements, the box with no false statements, the white box, has the gems. Okay. When did this happen? Beginning of stream. This is what I had here beginning of stream so that I wouldn't have spoilers just here. Box with no false statements has the gems. One of these boxes is only telling lies. This box is not it. This box might be it. No, this box can't be telling only lies. The bottom statement must be true. And this statement's true. So this is the box that only lies. All statements on the blue box are true is a lie. So this is false. Or sorry, this is true and false. And we're seeing pop-in on that door as I do this. Look through the gym here. Because it thinks that I'm low enough that it doesn't need to render what's through that door. All right. So the top statement is false. The box with no false statement has the gems is false. So that box does not have the gems. This box is empty. This box has the gems. Does that break any rules? True and false. True. False. The box with no false statements has the gems. That box does not have the gems. That box says it's empty and we know it's true. Yes. I was so unsure about that one. So we know that this is true. So we know that this is the true box. If the bottom statement on this box is false, then the top statement is a paradox. So the bottom statement must be true. And then we don't know if the top is either true or false. Then we look over here. We know that this statement is true and the bottom statement is true. I just feel that the wording on the blue box is a bit weird. It does get weird when you start talking about hypotheticals and referential statements, especially self-referential statements. So because both statements have at least one true, both of those boxes have at least one true statement, this one must be entirely false. And then from there, logic to figure it out. Yeah, we use a key. Dining room lets us go forward. Armory lets us get rid of a gem cost, but then we have to go back through gym and we're down to only one exit. I don't like being at only one exit. I think I want to choose the dining room, but then go up to the gym and try and draft a room that goes north so that I cannot lock myself out here yet. So we want to draft something that goes north, and then I probably don't even want to go in it yet. Security doesn't go north. Boiler room goes north and straight. Yeah, let's do that. And I don't want to go in it yet. I want to go in dining room and do here, and I'm fine with a dead end here now, because now I have ways to get to both of these squares. Our running shoes are not working out well for us. There's one. That's our first step saved. We're already at rank 5. There are always gems in here, and I just have never noticed. We went to the kitchen. The kitchen said furnace today? Yes. There's freezer, but we can't get it on the same rank as the furnace. Servants' quarters will give us 3 keys. Lost and found will mean we lose something, but get 2 things. What am I fine with not losing? The key card, the filing cabinet key. That's it. So I've got a 2/3 chance of not losing something important and get 2 rare items. I think that's more important than three keys right now at the cost of a gem. All right, what do I want to lose? Coin purse, battery pack, running shoes, I guess. I'd like to not lose running shoes or sledgehammer, considering they're good. Is that might be a major key? I can't see anything else. Star. What? You cursing in my chat? I had to remove a message earlier about that. The gear wrench and the prism key. This wasn't worth it. Now. If I deleted Molly's poop, I have to delete your shit, alright? Alright, you posted a clip? Paste it in chat. Otherwise, it's going to be like 4 hours before I can go find it. Well, like 2 hours, but... Alright, there's nothing important in here, and we got a prism key, I guess. There were no cabinets in there, were there? I don't want to walk back in there, because I might lose another thing. I will lose another thing. Nothing in here. Dig spot down there. North. Security or terrace. That was what got nuked. You should be able to... I'm not seeing you post anything, and you should be able to post links. What? Okay. Hey, Twitch. What the fuck? Creator dashboard. Moderation settings. Oh. Oh, VIPs can post hyperlinks. Nobody else, and like mods and admins, but nobody else could. Try again. There we go. Thank you, Pug. Failed to determine content classification. Something went wrong. We couldn't find that clip. Did you delete the clip? Is Twitch just being a butt right now? Twitch just might just be being a butt. Anyway, I think I do security. We have the key card. No, we lost the key card, right? We lost the key card, so we now don't want key doors or key card doors. Yeah, keep that commonplace. Thank you. Oh, actually, we should turn the offline mode unlocked. And security level to high. Because we have the utility closet. And we can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps and go turn off power to it. I kept power on because I had the key card. This is going to cost 10 steps, so it's going to be worth it. Where did your clip go? It was so perfect. I think it got accidentally deleted. I think Twitch is having a time, TM. Ka-chunk. There we go. Oh, I can take off this joke now. We can look at actual things that we're doing. This is a game where I will never say, I'm stuck, what do I do? I always have ideas about what to do. I don't have enough time to act on them all. Am I dropping frames here? Blueprints is not running great, and I think it's this room. How many rooms does the doors does the mechanarium have? Itself, boiler room, security, workshop, utility closet, laboratory. 6 doors. That's pretty good. Do I take the passageway instead? Take the mechanarium later, when one of the doors would be walled off. Actually, there are only 5 more places the mechanarium could go. Huh. Same with passageway, I guess. Let's take mechanarium because it might not come up, and it's going to give us 2 items, probably. Standard is fine. Okay, good. We've got all the exits and 2 corners. Silver key. West lever. Let's go. Let's see what's this way. The pool. And we have a sledge, right? Yeah. Pair of trunks. Look at all that money. You have a Pet Shop Boys song stuck in your head? Not All Star? It's been 2 minutes. How did you get a different song stuck in your head? He said West or immediately switched. Okay, that's fair. I don't need your stinking key card. The ballroom. I'd lose a gem. I could freeze my assets. And then try for a furnace on this level. That seems like a pretty good thing to do. Okay. Furnace. Wow, only shops. We can't buy anything. Guess we just froze all our money. I guess if we get showroom, we can buy something later if we get furnace. We can't. We can't choose anything. Gift shop it is. All right. Don't go in. Do we do furnace from here or try and get it from here? Or go south? Okay, what I actually want to do is I want to go south along here and try and get archives or one of the other red rooms with 3 doors. Um, 3 or 4 doors. And dark room. Have it be pointing north, have the door be locked so I can use the prism key and force a red room. Because I think I can force the furnace that way. So I'd like archives or um, dark room. None of the above. I'll have a shovel. I can't get the foyer, so we're getting the kennel. I won't say hi to the dogs yet. I'll go this way. Oh, dinner served. Just random into furnace? Never didn't have it. Melt my assets. Heck yeah. Alright. Nice. So now, while I have gems, I'm going to keep going this way and just do stuff, and then I'll come back to the freezer and be able to thaw everything. And hopefully it thaws to 20. Or it heats up to 20. You want pets? Heck yeah. Alright. Nothing here. We don't have a shovel. Let's special key silver key because it's at the last point. Locker room does have a lot of doors. Thank you, silver key. Oh, right above the foundation. Um, let's try for a green anything here. It's not what I meant by green anything, but it'll work. Definitely keep that commonplace. I do want to be able to get up to the antechamber. That's going to be useful for the 4 more rooms we're drawing this game. It's green, yes. Prism key won't do anything here. Prism key would limit us to non-blue rooms. Um, let's get some reroll dice because we're gonna need it for north from the passageway. And we get a gem. No, we don't get a gem. Thinking of a different room. There's a window over here. Oh. Alright, so this is powered from the aquarium through the passageway, so that's good. Drafting studio lets us go north. We don't have the magnifying glass, so we can't open the safe. So we don't care about power anymore. It's a key just sitting here. There are no more floor plans. All right. There are 8 gates. If we count, what is it? If we count small gates, 8 of them. 8 dates, crack 8 safes. I don't think the number of apples has changed. So, if we count small gates, what did I learn about the safe codes? There were numbers that I wasn't allowed to use. Where's the rest of my notes? They're over here. No 6s, 7s, or 9s. Oh, there's lag on that again. 8 is totally available. I'm curious if the combination to this code, to this safe in this room, is 8. I wish I had a magnifying glass. Alright. We want west and east. Reading Nook's okay. I would prefer west and east. What was I thinking? 8 what? 8. I think the combination is 8. Enter. I counted the small gates. There were 8 of them. Maybe that's the combination. 8. Frickin' finally. Alright. Oh good, the door's unlocked. Do I need 8 items right now? If I get office, I can spread money as far as I can. And try and pick it all up. And then freeze my assets again. Although the freezer might be thawed by the time I get there, so it might not work. I don't know. There are windows in the office. Nice. All right. This note is right next to here. If we count small gates, which guy was named Gates? Someone was. I know that. Where are my names? Count Isaac Gates. Count Gates. March of the Count. March of the Count. It's the one in black. 03. We count small gates. Oh, sorry, you're not looking at what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this. Just want this on a shirt. What? These 5 books here? Oh, like, Count Small Gates. March of the Count, Count Gates. I had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last intend to be hearings or herrings. Count Small Gates, 8 dates. 0308. Total guess. Not total guess. Okay. There were 4 red books. 0304. Does that count Gates? Hold on. Bald, no facial hair. This is Count Gates. Oh my god. Count Isaac Gates becomes Count Small Gates. Why? How? Does that matter? I don't know. That's Sinclair. Count Small Gates. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's got 3. 0303. March. Yo. Ugh. Okay.
Nice.
Hey, this is note number infinity. Or 8. March 3rd. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all our demands not involving the police. Oh, he paid the fine. Not involving the police and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully, you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we're not making more demands, and no, we don't have copies of the other letters. Oops. You were already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we could do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats toward your young nephew, I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of these funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to, and you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever Anonymous X. So there's only. I should read through this letter a few times. There's only one thing about this letter that strikes me as odd. I know the letters are probably not puzzles. They have lore in them, and they might like hint at things. There's probably not a word puzzle in this letter, but bottom of this page, it says, and yes, while we admit that, page break, our word choices might be questionable. There's no reason that they needed to end the page there. They have enough room for the next two words at least. Probably just two words. So they could have said, well, we admit that our word page break choices might be questionable. Which leads me to think that there's a word puzzle in how the words are laid out on the page. Something's important with first letters, or I can circle a lot of letters in a line like a word search or something like that. I doubt it's any of that. I think it's just developer put a line break there, or maybe rewrote the letter to make the tone better or something, and as they were editing it, they didn't change what page the words were on, whatever. They could have put the next paragraph on the next page. Yeah, if they wanted to. Like, there's enough room here, but if you're the extortionist and you're writing this out, you're doing it on a typewriter because computers don't exist yet. Um, you're not gonna you're not gonna write out the whole thing in a draft so that you can balance everything well. You're just gonna be typing it. What bothers me, it's written with a typewriter. Why does that bother you? You just got 800 coins out of the Sinclairs. You think you can afford a typewriter? I'm actually curious why that bothers you. Um, it's an expensive typewriter if it has italics, because that's an entirely different. You either need to, um, I guess, with the ball style typewriters that has a spinning ball that hits the pages. You could pop that off and put the italics ball on because that allowed for different fonts and different things like that. I think it's weird that there are errors. Oh, yeah, yeah. My dad used to repair typewriters. He would have noticed that. Yeah, the words red letter being in italics and red and not the same letter spacing. Are they the same? They are the same. No, no, they're wider than the black letters, which means they swapped out the ink. Actually, oh, the kerning of the spaces is not as wide as the letters. So a line that, yeah, okay. So there are kerning errors. This, listen, this game was made on a computer, not a typewriter. So there, I can nitpick this all day long, but they got a typewriter with a uh, smaller font and smaller everything, so that they could write March 3rd on the top. Like that we can enjoy it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I do like this letter. Like, hey, we're the bad guys, but we're not that bad. We can just sit here and be typewriter word nerds. Yeah. Oh, this X is larger than everything else, so that's fun. So they have at least three different font sizes, um, which would need three different typewriters. And assuming that this was recent, this was like the later typewriters with the, I forget what company made them, but there was a company that used that ball. They could swap that out for an italic font. Um, but by then, you wouldn't have. Would you have the letters with missing ink at like the A's and everything? Or did they swap to? I don't know. Sinclair did make typewriters before they made the Spectrum. They made. Cinca made a lot of machines because they made the camera. I don't know. This is all done using a printing press. Oh god. Okay, actually, someone. I don't know how much 800 coins actually gets you. If you can, you would have to convince someone who owns a printing press to use it for like say like hey, can I just use it? I'm not going to ruin anything. You can sit over there and watch me, but I don't want you reading the contents of the letter because I don't want you to know that I'm a blackmailer. Um, and grabbing all of the letters and putting everything in. And then you could do the different width for the different fonts. The different color would be interesting because that would need a second pressing. that only has the words red letter. Um, but I think it is. You could either do the whole letter with 2 pressings on a printing press or owning 5 different typewriters. And actually lining up everything so that the red text lines up with black on 2 different typewriters would be a pain in the ass. All right, anyway. Okay, so if we count small gates, I've done that. Um I had these written somewhere, right? Where are my saves? Nope. Nope. Here they are. We've now opened 5 safes and or gates. Can't believe you literally had to count small gates. Listen, he said that was full of double entendres. All right, so now we don't need to worry about. I'm pretty sure March of the count means the literally March, 3rd month. Um, and that's why it's a different color than the rest of the books. I don't know why the other 4 are red. This does lead me to believe that there's no actual puzzle uh, uh, in the foyer. There might be a puzzle in the foyer, but I don't think that this list is part of that anymore. I think the foyer just has those statues so that you can see what all 6 of those people look like, so that in here you can identify who is Gates. Anyway. Is there anything we want to check from anywhere else? I don't think so. Is there a reason to go into 46 yet? We get the crown, which doesn't help us because we're not drafting any more red runes. Hey, look, we actually have a 4th letter now. I just thought about it now. What's his name? Zoltan said, we're only ever going to see 7 of the letters. I assumed it was because the blackmailers kept 1. They said they took 8 letters. Did they say they took 8 letters? I don't know that they said they took 8 letters. Let's go into 46 now so I can read that note. We can't go into 46 now. I haven't pulled the north lever. Oh, I'm running out of steps now. Let's go do freezer nonsense so I can say that I've done it and don't run out of steps. Oh, there's a thing here. Also, I want to look for coins that I just spread. Woof, woof, woof. No coins in here. No coins in here. I got some steps. Anything spread over here? No. No coins? Okay. Oh, and now I gotta wait for it, too. Okay, we'll see how warm it gets. I'm hoping it gets to 20. I don't have a torch, so I can't melt anything. That was a surprise from last time. Sinclair typewriters. Singer typewriters. Oh. IBM made the golf ball one. Thank you. I'm pretty sure in universe Sinclair also made typewriters. Although I have not seen. There was a typewriter in the master bedroom. It stopped at 17 again. Damn it! Alright. There ain't nothing here. This is mean. Oh, this isn't affected. You need to melt this with a torch or something. Okay. Is that another prism key? Why would I need another prism key? I haven't even used the one I have. Okay. Damn, so the microchip's not here either. I'm running out of places where I think it could be. Is it in the filing cabinet? Wherever that is. I stopped looking for filing cabinets at some point. There were none in the office. There was none in the drafting studio. You know what? I looked in the attic. There's none in the attic. We've powered the garage so we can go outside, but I don't know that we're going to find anything there. A lot of lockers in the locker room, no filing cabinets. There's none in the trophy room. Nothing here. Is there one in the rumpus room? I doubt it. No. The vault didn't actually have a filing cabinet. It just has all the safe deposit boxes. The office does not have a filing cabinet, which is surprising. You'd think that an office would have files, but, you know. The study. I don't think the study has one. Security doesn't have... Oh, no, security does have, and I did check. I can check again. The mailroom doesn't have any. The freezer has this back room with the servers. The extra servers that aren't being used. Doesn't have any filing cabinet or anything. I'm wondering if the file cabinets are in one of the rooms I don't have yet. There was nothing in the conference room. .46 didn't have any. None of the halls had any. This game reminds me of why I like escape rooms with multiple people. These folks think so differently that one puzzle might come easily to one person, another might come easily to another. You telling me you know where this filing cabinet is? Took me a couple of escape rooms to realize my dumb ideas weren't so dumb after all. Oh no, absolutely not. If in a setting like that, every single idea might be a fantastic idea. We found it by digging up the. Oh, wait a minute. We found the key by digging up under the barbecue in the patio, and we found that info from the aquarium when we drained it. What are the other rooms in the aquarium? Where's my nearest aquarium? Down and straight across. Do I think there's anything else here? I don't think so. I wish there was something. Come on, running shoes. All right. The archives has a bunch of filing cabinets in it. Is this just bedroom? This looks like just bedroom. This is the patio. This is one of the hallways. That's the washroom. The laundry room. Okay. Archives. What told you patio in the aquarium? The patio. When we drained the water, we saw that there's an X underneath the barbecue here. So we took the shovel and dug there, and that's where we found the filing cabinet key. The only other room in here with filing cabinets is the archives. So I think Blessing of the Monk. Can we get to the patio? We're going to start tomorrow with the patio. And that way we'll have the key and we'll just be searching for the archives. We're here. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. No. How the hell do we get there? But a shovel is needed, right? No. Because you dig up the patio and put the key on the grill. And then every time afterward, you go through the patio. The dig spot's actually already dug, and the key's right there. The same way that the outdoors, there's the bridge that goes to the outer room over the river there on the west path. You dig next to that bridge to find the first microchip, but if you don't know where to put the microchip, every day after that, the microchip is just sitting on the post of the bridge. So you don't have to have the shovel again. Okay, so sorry, what's my pathway down? Here to here, back to here, here, here. Okay. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, we got plenty. And we'll have running shoes. So we can at least start tomorrow with the patio. Mechanarium, boiler room, gym foundation. Sorry I didn't pay you last time I came through here. Nope. There were dig spots down here. Digging things up doesn't matter anymore, does it? Yeah, it might matter for a reason I don't know, but I can't get gems or coins. I need to stop assuming that I know everything, because that has not proven to be true. I picked up the same rock. It was a different rock. All right. Where am I going? Workshop, cloister, lab. So south to lab, then commissary, south to entrance hall. What can I craft while I'm here? Is it nothing? I think it's nothing. Oh, I can make the electromagnet. That's it, right? Yeah. Or the dowsing rod. No, thank you. What did the electromagnet do again? I don't remember. Is there a reason to go outside? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. No reason to go outside. That I know of. I can't spend coins or buy gems. You know, for having spread coins through the house, I've seen remarkably few coins. Alright, it's a bedroom. We get extra steps anyway. Like, I don't know where these coins have been spread to, because they're not here. Alright, we're ending the day in the patio. Did I do a conference room? I don't think so. I don't remember doing one. No. Okay. Things I'm curious about for tomorrow's stream. 1. What the patio looks like when it's underground. 2. If we will actually find the key here tomorrow. Um, and then, like, everything else, I'm still confused about, but whatever. Today's day 50. Is there anything else I wanted to do before I quit? Where's my... Here. Make absolutely sure. Because I can't buy anything. I don't have anywhere to draft. No, we're done. Alright, call it a day. Thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. Coming up on stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm playing more Blueprints. It's this, but again. Garden Shopping Center of Prayers. Because it has the church. Oh. 5 green rooms, 5 shop rooms, chapel, cloister, shrine. 30 time to end. Yeah, it's 11. It's 8:30. This is always when I end weekday streams. This is why I don't have like. One of the reasons I don't want to start tomorrow right now. Oh, it's Saint Holly. I just noticed that. One of the reasons I don't want to start another day right now is if I find the archives, I'm immediately gonna open all the drawers. I expect to find either a new room or a microchip, in which case day 51 will be a 4 to 5 hour day. I'm not starting that at 8:30 at night. Sorry. Anyway, tomorrow's more Blueprints at 2 p.m. That'll be at least a 5-hour stream. Probably, unless something goes wrong. On Sunday, games with friends. I don't know what I'm playing. Monday, building more Lego. Oh, Molly, there's a Lego set that I don't know that I want to get, and you need to convince me whether to get it or not. It was announced very recently. I'm sure you know about it by now, right? Yeah, okay. It is $400. But it's also like this big. There's a for those that don't know, Lego just revealed in late November, early December, I don't remember. They're going to be releasing a Lego version of the USS Starship Enterprise D from Star Trek The Next Generation. And it looks nice. I have a few problems with how many sharp corners there are, but I think it's Lego and I need to get over it. You get a shuttlecraft with the Rolaren in it. Yeah, that's why I want to pick it up when it comes out and not just hope for it for a Christmas gift or something. That'd be an expensive Christmas gift, actually. That wouldn't happen. The big old Lego beast, yeah. I want to get it because I think it'd be cool. It'd be like 10 streams of Mondays, and I don't have any Star Trek on the wall here on my set, and I really should. I should have something from Star Trek. I don't know if I want to buy the Lego I don't know if I want to spend $400 in the Enterprise because if it but I want it to sell well enough because I want DS9. I don't know how DS9 would be weird to do in Lego because it's a lot of thin segments. Lego DS9 would be so fun. Yeah. I want DS9 and a runabout and minifigs of Cisco, Odo, Quark, Kira, Jadzia, Worf in the red uniform. I want a minifig of Jake in the most ridiculous shirt possible. Like I very much want a DS9. Like that's absolutely day one purchase, sight unseen. Jake and his bus seat. No, they're way more crazy. It's not just a bus seat. It's 12 different bus seats sewn together. So I don't know if I want the Enterprise. I kind of want it, but I don't know that I want it. It's $400. That's the big point. And it's larger than a single cabinet, so it needs somewhere big to put it, and I'm running out of space to put big things. You know what? Maybe I get rid of the side cubes here, and I get a shelf that comes up to about here that's just long shelves instead of cubes, so I can put wider things on it, because then I can better display Rivendell and Shire. I could still have uh, the Princess Peach stained glass, because that'd just be like up to here from here to there. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I ask for shelves for Christmas and I buy a starship for myself. I don't know. That's a weird ask, right? When your mother, who still asks you, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" even though you're 30 something, um, and she very much wants to go shopping for you. It's weird to ask for shelves, right? Hey, could I get some just plain black shelves? What do you want shelves for? So I can put a $400 Lego set on it. That seems weird. Anyway, I asked for an orange. I should ask for an orange. A citrus fruit? Yeah, but you're in the UK. You do Christmas differently. You get to unwrap it twice. Uh, Knowing my father, I'd have to unwrap it 12 times because he'd wrap it 11 times. Um, oh, the ball's in dad's court this year, isn't it? My father and my brother's fiance have been going back and forth with giving each other a gift that's wrapped in an increasing number of wrapped boxes. Um, and last year, I think my dad opened something that was like this big in 12 box in no, it was like 6 or 7 boxes, but it was like this big. And it was just like, yeah, these are all the boxes I saved from, shipments over the whole year. Anyway, enough talk about Christmas. It's November. Oh no, I've broken no December, November already. God damn it. Okay. Wait until December for all that. Thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. See you all later. Next step is start putting logic statements on the boxes. Oh no. I'd be the only one that could solve those. No, my brother could do it. Um, Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Join me tomorrow when we're going to open a patio in the outer room. Bye. Everyone hydrate. Molly